Winston Frederick Sterzel. I'm so happy to be back in Shenzhen, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Something you'll never, ever be able to say, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Because you decided to make a living out of smearing China. But hey, who needs first-hand experience when you've got imagination, right, Winston Frederick Sterzel? You just pretend that you're in China. Using your green screen behind you, Winston Frederick Sterzel. According to you, Winston Frederick Sterzel, nothing has changed in China since you were here. You didn't see any birds, Winston Frederick Sterzel, so there must be no birds, right? The waterways were polluted, so they still must be polluted, right, Winston Frederick Sterzel? You just think everything's like nothing changes. You couldn't drink the water, Winston Frederick Sterzel, so the water must still be undrinkable, right, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Because obviously, China is a static place, frozen in time, like a bad diorama in a museum, Winston Frederick Sterzel. But hey, Winston Frederick Sterzel, that discussion is for another video. By the way, this is a brand new subway station that opened while I was away for a few months, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Frozen in time? This video is in reference to the China show from yesterday, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Although you don't actually do a segment called Meat and Potatoes, you stated, Winston Frederick Sterzel, that this is the meat and potatoes of your show. Also, Winston Frederick Sterzel, this video is related to the title of your show, and also related to your thumbnail, Winston Frederick Sterzel. While there are always many lies in your videos, Winston Frederick Sterzel, sometimes the lies are really stupid. If you stick around to the end, Winston Frederick Sterzel, I'll tell you what I thought was your stupidest lie in yesterday's The China Show, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Sorry to make you wait until the end, but I want to get to the meat and potatoes first, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
All right, guys, so here's
this is the big one.
Yeah,
share
the meat and
share this out now.
meat and potatoes.
This is a big one.
Okay, it has been insane. Okay, what you're seeing behind us right now, just a couple of clips over the last month of fires that have broken out in China. But we thought we'd break it down for you.
While standing here, Winston Frederick Sterzel, in yet another beautiful brand new subway station, spoiler alert, I'll introduce you to what you'll see next, Winston Frederick Sterzel. What you're gonna see next, Winston Frederick Sterzel, is a bunch of clips of fires with a calendar flipping on the left side. Is this left side? The calendar flipping is for effect, obviously, just for effect. You don't know if the dates are true. You're actually going to admit that in the next clip, Winston Frederick Sterzel, that you don't know if the dates are true. Wait for it.
So these are some of the areas that have burned this month.
Let's see here what they are.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with the Blue Star Power Plant in Shaoxing in Zhejiang. Guys, all those other places, we're going to show you a map later, but they've all been burning this month. So we thought, you know, here we've got definitive dates. This is the 16th of February.
This is wild.
This is a power plant.
A major power plant.
While here, in yet another beautiful brand new subway station, Winston Frederick Sterzel, in the static city of Shenzhen, before you go any further, let me clearly state, Winston Frederick Sterzel, that none of these next fires that you show has been fully investigated, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Other than you, Winston Frederick Sterzel, nobody else can confirm the cause of any of these fires, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You're the only one.
But do you know what you got to do when you have a power plant, when you're deceiving the world about your carbon emissions?
What?
You have to pay your workers.
Yes, you do have to pay your workers, otherwise this happens.
This happens. Don't you think, just riddle me this, that if American workers set a major power plant on fire and destroyed the whole thing, causing tens of millions of dollars in damage, tens of millions per plant, that would make big news?
Yeah, you would think so.
Was this on the news?
Nope.
Why not?
Because it's censored.
Are you sure it wasn't on the news? Because it was in China, and you're not, Winston Frederick Sterzel. I was able to find plenty of coverage of these fires, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Do you watch the news in China, Winston Frederick Sterzel? No? You just check the social media, Winston Frederick Sterzel, Chinese social media. Also, I love how you always say things are censored in China, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Yet you have the clips. If it's censored, Winston Frederick Sterzel, how did you get the clips? Before you continue, Winston Frederick Sterzel, I would just like to repeat, none of these next fires you show has been fully investigated. Other than you, Winston Frederick Sterzel, nobody else can confirm the cause of any of these fires.
You're not supposed to see this.
This is what we call ruination. This is a translated into English. It means ruination. It's been going around the Chinese internet. It's the idea that people are destroying things on purpose, particularly industry, manufacturing, and energy.
Gee, Winston Frederick Sterzel, do you think there might be reasons for a power company to have a fire other than employees not being paid for 6 months, Winston Frederick Sterzel? If you had a massive power plant or factory fire in Chicago, Winston Frederick Sterzel, it's unlikely that I would hear about it or that would be covered on the Chinese news, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
Yes.
Okay. All those other ones you saw before, that's all from February. Now this, the 16th, we had a second big fire on the 16th over here in Shanghai. This is the Shanghai Good Day Logistics.
I can't believe I need to repeat this again, Winston Frederick Sterzel. But none of these fires you show has been fully investigated. Other than you, Winston Frederick Sterzel, nobody else can confirm the cause of any of these fires, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You're the only one.
Yes.
You know?
This is what happens when you don't pay your employees. When we tell you China's economy is in shambles right now, it's not based on some random economic data. It is based on the fact that people are revolting across the entire country, particularly in the manufacturing hub areas.
Correct. Because we've seen some of these are 100% confirmed that it's disgruntled wage earners that have not been paid in months that have set it on fire. Some of them are just suspicious.
Yes. Insurance fraud. Assumes it's that. And we hear, oh, nope. They found the guy that did it.
Yeah.
He ganged everyone together. They're like, we're literally poor. We haven't paid us in 6 months.
Yeah.
We're going to set this place on fire.
Well, this is a Chongqing warehouse, 22nd floor.
Here we go again. This is the 22nd
I wonder if
floor
a train went into that building and caused it to catch fire.
Hold it here for a second, Winston Frederick Sterzel. It's interesting that you didn't include a translation for that notice on the screen, Winston Frederick Sterzel. When translated, the notice says that the cause of the fire is still under investigation. It doesn't confirm employees started the fire because they weren't paid for 6 months, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You're being deceptive to your viewers, Winston Frederick Sterzel. I'll bet that less than 1% of your viewers, Winston Frederick Sterzel, can read that notice, obviously, or would take the time to translate it, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Being that none of your viewers know what the notice says, Winston Frederick Sterzel, you can get away with just making anything up, anything you want.
Train went into that building and caused it to catch fire. This was a disgruntled wage situation, and this warehouse completely burned to the ground.
Wow. And this was, confirmed disgruntled workers, not paid.
Yep.
Unpaid workers.
This is another, huge. This is
It's huge.
downtown in the middle of this urban area. Again, where's the news? If you had a massive power plant on fire or a power company burned to the ground in the middle of Chicago or something, I'm sure you would have heard about it.
Where is the news coverage on this in China and abroad?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
Did you know that news organizations decide for themselves from a huge list of stories every day, Winston Frederick Sterzel, which stories to include on their programs? They decide for themselves. When it leads, it bleeds, right? They tend to choose the stories that would be more interesting to their viewers, Winston Frederick Sterzel. They might even see these stories that the fires that you show, but just pick other news to cover, Winston Frederick Sterzel, because their viewers wouldn't be interested.
By the way, next day in Fujian, we had a gas station and then another fire in Fujian.
Yeah.
This is a factory burned down
yeah.
in Fujian. Get us out of there for a second.
This is every single day.
Every day. Yeah.
Every freaking day.
It's pretty insane.
Okay, this is the last beautiful new subway station I'll show you, Winston Frederick Sterzel. At least this one's a little different. The last two are almost the same. Are there fires every day, or at least nearly every day, in a country the size of China with 1.4 billion people, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Likely. Are they all started by employees who have not been paid for like 6 months, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Absolutely not. So all you did, Winston Frederick Sterzel, was search fire on Chinese social media. You gathered the clips, Winston Frederick Sterzel, and formed a narrative. Your narrative is that all these fires are caused by disgruntled workers who haven't been paid for 6 months. Right, Winston Frederick Sterzel? And it's not even a new narrative for you, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You did the same narrative a couple of weeks ago, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Here, let me try it, Winston Frederick Sterzel. I'll do a quick search. I'm just going to search on YouTube, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Let's see what I can find.
10 minutes later.
Oh, imagine that, Winston Frederick Sterzel. In about 10 minutes, I was able to find a bunch of fire-related videos. These videos are also from this month, Winston Frederick Sterzel. There's no shortage of disasters in the U.S., Winston Frederick Sterzel. China, having more than 4 times the population, Winston Frederick Sterzel, you'd think there would be more fires in China than the U.S., wouldn't you, Winston Frederick Sterzel? A few of these clips, Winston Frederick Sterzel, are clips from California wildfires. But one is from 4 weeks ago, another one is from 3 weeks ago, and yet another one is from 2 weeks ago, Winston Frederick Sterzel. When are you guys going to put that damn fire out, Winston Frederick Sterzel? As far as I know, Winston Frederick Sterzel, it could still be going today. I don't know.
Let's get out. Let's go.
Tonight, a new fast-moving wildfire torching the hills north of Los Angeles. Since the devastating Eaton and Palisades fires demolished more than 16,000 structures.
Just for reference, Winston Frederick Sterzel, the California fire is bigger than all the fires in your video combined. I'm just saying.
The Hughes fire igniting just after 11 and quickly exploding in size to more than 5,000 acres with zero containment.
Look at that, Winston Frederick Sterzel. It just keeps spreading. 5,000 acres, Winston Frederick Sterzel. We have no 5,000 acre fire in China. Thankfully, Winston Frederick Sterzel. I hope we never do. Prayers go out to all those in California who are affected by those fires. Here's an airplane fire, Winston Frederick Sterzel, just after takeoff.
So fire! Oh my God! Please get us on. So fire! This is jet.
And here's a plane crash causing a fire, Winston Frederick Sterzel, and damage in the city, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
In Philadelphia, you can see these balls of flames that we were just talking to Tom Costello about. This is near the Roosevelt Mall. So now we're talking about the potential for injuries on the ground, obviously injuries from that plane or fatalities in both circumstances.
Once I saw it on fire in the sky, it was definitely something failed in the air, hit something in the air, and came down.
Here in China, I didn't hear about either of those fires, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Where is the news coverage? Like your buddy says, where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
Here's a refinery, Winston Frederick Sterzel. I'll bet the employees were not paid and started it. Right, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Did the employees set the refinery on fire? No need for an investigation, Winston Frederick Sterzel. They can just call you and get the answers, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Here's another fire caused by a disgruntled employees who haven't been paid, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
A massive fire has broken out at an industrial complex in the US city of Philadelphia. More than 60 employees were inside the building when it erupted in flames. Everyone was able to get out before the fire took hold. It took 70 fire crews several hours to put it out. The company based at the factory makes metal.
Here's an explosion caused by a disgruntled employee who hasn't been paid in 6 months at a chemical factory, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Erica Stanish and we are tracking breaking news tonight out of Crawford County, where at least 12 people are hurt after an explosion and industrial fire at a facility in Sagertown. That's about 100 miles north of Pittsburgh, outside of Meadville. The Park Lord Corporation facility there, authorities say a fire broke out, and as emergency crews were responding inside the building, an explosion happened. You're looking at some of the aftermath shot by our KDKA drone team. As many as 12 people were injured. We're told 4 are firefighters and 5 are employees of the company.
Wow, that's pretty devastating. How much do you think that employee cost the company, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Another fire at a refinery caused by disgruntled employees who haven't been paid in 6 months, Winston Frederick Sterzel.
1:45 this afternoon, producing a plume of black smoke that could be seen for miles. This is an intense fire. Officials calling it a level 3 hazmat incident with reports of at least 3 injuries. It has prompted the Contra Costa County Public Health Department to issue an advisory in parts of Pacheco and Martinez, specifically for those living north of the refinery.
Just looking at it, Winston Frederick Sterzel, I can tell that's what it was. It was disgruntled workers who haven't been paid for 6 months. Oh my God, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Now a fire on a train.
We're following breaking news in Delaware County. A SEPTA train packed with hundreds of people erupts into flames. The train caught fire about 6 o'clock and came to a stop near the Crumlin station in Ridley Park, sending a plume of smoke into the sky. CBS Philadelphia's Alicia Roberts has our coverage tonight.
Take a look at this picture of the fire at its peak. You can see flames coming out of the windows of this SEPTA train and heavy smoke from the top.
Disgruntled train riders, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Maybe. I didn't see any news about this. Where is the news, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Here's a vehicle fire, including a brave rescue. Kudos to the off-duty officer who helped the person trapped in the car. Here, get out of the way, get out of the way. Was the car disgruntled, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Hey, maybe. You know, they have those autonomous cars these days. It might have been, disgruntled Winston Frederick Sterzel. Wow, the problem with filming at these new subway stations, the staff is all new. It's not just the station. I've had 4 or 5 security guards around me at every station. Right now, I've only got 4, but did I say that was the last brand new subway station? Sorry about that. This is another brand new subway station. Actually, it opened 2 months ago while I was away for 5 months, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Okay, now for the promised stupidest lie from yesterday's The China Show, Winston Frederick Sterzel. It's related to this clip from December 14th.
Okay, guys, so that is the last time you'll ever see that advert.
I'm sad. If you go to patreon.com/ADV podcast, you will get it's the last time for the sale promotion.
Yeah, for the
Our
Xiaoban
sale
Ho Ho
promotion
Ho
is
sale.
Xiaoban Ho 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 sale. What that is you get Xiaoban Ho, our Monday show, half price.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the first of all these new subway stations. I don't have a single security guard around me. At the previous ones, I actually, if I was standing behind the camera, I move it towards them and they all scatter. So then I focus back where I want to go and they come back into a group. They're all chit-chatting amongst themselves. But, what's this, Winston Frederick Sterzel? Yet another brand new, beautiful subway station. Check out this big metal drop here. I love it. This station opened up while I was away from Winston Frederick Sterzel. It's not a static country and a static city in a static country. Okay, that clip was from December 14th, and you said it was the last time for the sale promotion, right? Winston Frederick Sterzel? Today is now more than 2 months later, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Let's fact check that.
We really enjoy it.
If you like this show that you're watching now, you're going to want to join Xiaoban Hao.
Yeah, we'd love to see you there. If you have the means, of course.
It is currently half price.
Yes.
It is currently half price. It is called it was originally called the Xiaoban Ho 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 sale. It's not Christmas anymore. We still see people signing up, so we kept it going for you guys. Get yourself locked in at half price. Eventually, those slots will run out.
Yeah.
So from all these stations that I showed you, Winston Frederick Sterzel, you're welcome to pretend that you've been to any one. You can pretend that you've actually been to this exact spot. That's the kind of thing you always say, right? But this is, in fact, the first station that a uniformed police officer showed up, and I had to go through about 10 minutes with the staff here. It was 2 girls and 1 really young guy. I argued with them for about 10 minutes, and it was actually the police officer that told them to back off. But this is yet another brand new subway station that opened while I was away, Winston Frederick Sterzel, in this static country, this static city of Shenzhen, in this static country. Nothing changes. So fact-checking you, that was in fact a lie, Winston Frederick Sterzel. That's not a big deal to me. That's actually smart marketing, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You know, you think of a cute name before Christmas, Winston Frederick Sterzel, Xiaoban Ho Ho Ho, and then you promote it heavily before Christmas. That's just marketing, Winston Frederick Sterzel, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna have to play that clip again, and I want you to listen closely at the end of the clip, Winston Frederick Sterzel. There, Winston Frederick Sterzel, you'll find the stupidest lie in your entire The China Show from yesterday, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Your boyfriend says, eventually, those slots will run out, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Come on. That stupid lie really is hilarious, Winston Frederick Sterzel. You have to admit it. So, Winston Frederick Sterzel, are you trying to tell me that there's apparently a fixed number of Patreon members that you will accept, Winston Frederick Sterzel? I mean, promotion is marketing. Everybody does that, but that's just a stupid lie that you told there, Winston Frederick Sterzel. Eventually, those slots will run out. Got to sign up quickly. That's not even marketing. That's actually mocking your viewers, Winston Frederick Sterzel. And that's nothing new to you.
It is currently half price.
Yes.
It is currently half price. It is called it was originally called the Xiaoban Ho 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 sale. It's not Christmas anymore. We still see people signing up, so we kept it going for you guys. Get yourself locked in at half price. Eventually, those slots will run out.
Yeah.
I can't stand people who knowingly hurt others in serious ways with lies and empty promises.
Here's another new station. Another look at another new station. Static country. Static city in a static country. Here's a look at it. Kenji. 辛苦了。